Well, I'm getting ready to cut a new set of soft jaws for the second version of these brackets. Okay, and I probably could have just used the other ones, but good excuse to get more familiar with doing this. A couple of the angles changed and stuff like that around the edges, and plus too I put chamfer in on that so that I don't get this pinch mark, and actually it's over here on this side. They all have chamfers, but so now I even programmed in the groove, okay, the 1/8 inch deep, 1/4 inch wide step in each jaw. And I left myself a note when I do the setup. I go back and whoops, close that. I go back and in the post process I leave myself a note in here. 1.875 spacing is what I have this set up for. Because, and I picked a number with 1/8 of an inch because I knew I could stack parallels because they're 1/8 inch and they're pretty darn accurate, and I only need to be within a few thou basically. So I have a stack of parallels in there, and they're all shorter than those pockets. Okay. So it's going to cut that, and it's going to cut the two pockets for the second op. So in the first op, I'm going to take a block I already have prepped, okay, and I'll put that in the step. And then when it comes off, it'll come off like this with a big carrier on the bottom. Then when I flip it over, I'll have the points to clamp it in, okay. These shouldn't take too awfully long, but I need to go ahead and get the jaws made, and that's what I've got set up now. And one thing I wanted to point out here, the point, my reference point is right there, which is the front corner of the jaws before it's cut, okay. Everything else is, well, that doesn't show it. Everything else is referenced to the back left of that step. So I got the jaws, and then I gotta reset my thing, and I know there's a much better ways to do it, stuff like that, but this is fast enough and more comfortable for me at this point because I don't have my vise or anything like that in CAD to be able to take a reference point off something else. So I've got the hammer, makes it pretty easy to change. I'm getting a new pendant here tomorrow. That should make things even faster for setup and that stuff. So anyway, the one thing I want to do though is I think I'm going to go ahead and post-process this again just to make sure that I didn't change something that I forgot about, and this will make it to where I have the most current code over there. And I tend to go down here and, right, wrong, or indifferent, I like to get the spindle stopped. So I put an M5 in there, and then I don't want it to I just want it to come forward toward me so I can take the part out. Okay, so I get rid of the X down here. Then when I close it, it'll save. I'm not going to load the G-code just yet because it seems that if I load the G-code and then I set my reference point, it keeps wanting to give me a soft limit exceeded. Okay, we'll put the hammer in and we'll pick our point on the soft jaws. Okay, so I just zeroed out Z. Alright, I know it's going to use tool 25 for the whole thing. Oh, ha ha ha. Notice that? I said 1.875. Now it won't affect it, I can open this up, but I need another inch in there. I've got two sets of parallels, but one set's hasn't been opened, so I'm having to unwrap the parallels. I don't think that'll matter much. That's 25 thou over. Okay, and I'm going to single step into it and make sure that it's sanity check, like John Saunders says. Make sure that it's where I want it. And I just slowed the rapids back down again too, because like when it makes a pass, if it rapids back, I got no time whatsoever to try to stop it. So I slow it down to 60-inch rapids, and it gives me a chance to get over and hit feed hold or something, you know, if I need to. I'm going to take the single off because it's down 1/8 of an inch where I want it, so just let it run. Probably should have added a face move in here too. Oh well.